Hey everyone, we're doing the final walkthrough on our first floor remodel. Everything is complete and it is all staged and looking good. So they're actively living here. So things are on the counter and people are living in the house. But we'll show you the detour and or the tour, not the detour. Show you the tour and kind of go through everything and what we all got done. Hey everyone, we're doing the final walkthrough on our first floor remodel. Everything is complete and it is all staged and looking good. So they're actively living here. So things are on the counter and people are living in the house. But we'll show you the detour and or the tour, not the detour. Show you the tour and kind of go through everything and what we all got done. So walking in the front entryway, this pretty much stayed the same. We did not repaint the walls, but we repainted the ceiling. And that is because there used to be a big recessed area here just had some low voltage lights. So we patched that all in. As you can tell, you can't even tell where that was, but it's just a coffer ceiling, a raised ceiling in that area. So we got that all covered up. And then we changed all the lights, can lights, to LED. So you can see those are all changed. Barn door was existing, all the floors existing, and everything else. So this is a pretty cool feature. All the travel destinations, right when you walk in, pretty neat. They've been to a lot of places. This side of the house was the restroom. That did not change, we didn't do anything there. This door was here. That did not change. This opening was here. So a lot of cosmetic things. Say hi to the dog. Chilling out, was good. Was good for the whole process, the dog was. But here, as we walk in, you can see everything that we did. So we whitewashed this fireplace. The mantle was existing, fireplace, everything was existing, so we just whitewashed over the top. That is that. These were added curtains. They had blinds, which they still have, but they added the curtains. There's another one coming there and another one coming there, so there'll be two. This is a beautiful bookcase, all styled up. So that's floor to ceiling bookcase. It's got the 3 lights in here. So I'll turn those on. And those are on a dimmer. So that's how those look. And we had one thing, we had a return air vent that was here. So the cabinet guys did this for the return air. We couldn't relocate it. And then these are all push to open. So push to open there. We'll get a blank cover on that deal. But these are all soft close. So it stops there and then it locks with the magnets and then you push it open. So no handles, no hardware. So that's how that is. But all styled up with all the books. This area here, a little Vesta stool. We painted green. It's gonna all get wallpaper. So the wallpaper has, seams obviously. So we painted it a green, dark color. So then you don't see the white walls through the wallpaper. And then we changed all the outlets to black here. So that looks really good. New can light trim there as well. All the woodwork was existing. We repainted all the woodwork on the first floor. Then you come over to the kitchen. We repainted the island. It was blue, like a navy blue. So we painted that the green, like the shelves over here. So that was completed. It looks really good. So this was all existing, countertops existing countertop here. We didn't touch any of the countertops. This is where all the brick is happening. So all the Speedy Mason brick that we did, it's thin brick. We use the Speedy Mason system. It just takes a long, long time to install. Even this section, as maybe in the video, it doesn't look very big, but this is about 8 foot. Obviously, you got all the cuts around the cabinets. And then we have these walls here. These are 12-foot ceilings. And so it definitely takes a while to lay all that brick. Here is that soffit that we dropped down and made it this cloud. And these are existing lights here that we reused. And then we added 4-inch cans instead of 6-inch cans, and we made them black to match. And then this is a piece of metal that is oil rub bronze that kind of blends in well with the lights and the soffit and the stain color. So there's no way that we could have mitered all these all the way down and then mitered them all the way here and then had this mitered. It just wasn't feasible to miter. This is only 3/8 flooring, so and it's laminate flooring, 3/8 laminated flooring. So we glued all the planks, we micro pinned it, so you can't see the nails. We had to face nail some of it, and the micro pins you can't see with that stain. So that's what we did. Otherwise, there is under cabinet lighting that was existing. We did have to place the driver. This is a 6-year-old house, and the driver went bad. The lights are still good, but the driver to control the lights was flickering all the time, so we replaced that. We added a little trim detail up here because of the piping size and the way the frame was. So we had to cover up just a smidgen of a gap there because the piping was different than the before. So as you can tell, looks really good with everything on the shelves. We had everything professionally cleaned. These cabinets we did not touch. These are all existing. We did not paint them or anything. Same with these. These are all existing, did not touch. All the hardware and stuff is the same. So we did not change that. This door was the dark color existing. And then this is a detail that we do around the brick. We just ripped this down to about 1.25 inches. As you can tell, instead of doing the fat, trim, and it takes away from the look of the brick, we just fur this out. So we have a little door extension, so to speak, and then we butt that brick into it. And we make sure we make this just a little bit bigger still. So, we have room to grout. This is a grout joint. So you don't want it tight to where, or even less where the brick sticks out and the grout joint would stick out. So that's a little detail there that we added around the door. And all the brick, we mix up the colors for the Speedy Mason. When we do these, when we wrap around the corner, we can try to get the same brick to match, so it doesn't look like we're do a red and then have some different color. So around all the corners, we try to get that to match up. Same detail here is with that jamb. We left this one white and we fur that out. We added lights here as well, these sconces to tie it all in. This is one of the fit vents here. I spray painted it black on the inside and then around the white frame. So that is a fit vent that we cannot relocate, that return air. So that's what that looks like for that. And then wrapping around the corner, this is all that Speedy Mason grid system. These outlets, we moved everything over because they were here. So we had to move them over to here. And into the nook dining room. One of the ceiling details, they had a huge recessed area here. We filled that all in and drywalled it to make that flush. And then we added the beams. These are solid white oak beams that they stained to match the big bookcase over here. So that stain is the same as this stain. So we added those, added a cleat system. Cabinet guys put all those in. And these are the almost floor to ceiling bookcases. So we bricked this whole wall first and then set the cabinets against them. And I left a couple bottom rows out to make sure these cabinets fit tight against the wall. And then we had to piece in a row. And it was a pain just to put in 2 rows here. And so I'm happy that we talked to the designer and said, hey, let us brick this whole thing first. And then the cabinets can go just against the brick. And they scribed some of these here against the wall so they fit, more flush against the wall. But if we would have had this cabinet put in first and then tried to brick around everything, cut all these cuts, and then, you know, grout everything in, everything's falling on the shelves. I mean, we would taped everything off, but just a lot easier for us to work and do this whole wall first and get this all done and then put the cabinets in. So something to look at and look into. You know, there's different methods to do different things, and that's how I suggested it be done, just for the simplicity, and it still looks really good, and you don't have a million cuts around all these shelves, all these and everything else. So just worked out really well. And we bricked all the way to the floor here, and we caulk this joint here. This is not grout. We pack it with grout and then we caulk it. So that's anything against the floor, I get matching caulking, we caulk that in so the floor can move. So that's why we do that. So we added this window. This window was not here, so we added it, and look all the light it gives. It just gives a ton of light, which is really good. And the homeowners love that window, and they love the light that it gives. Non-operational. These other windows are not operational, so we did the same thing. And one little note, this bench here is going to continue around here. It's on back order, so that is coming. So this is the trim detail. So on this trim, we added the full trim, and what you had to do, we had to fur this out, and then we had to pack out, so to speak, the back side of the trim. So add a filler here, so then that brick comes out. So that's the way to do it if you add casing. If you do not like, you know, the thin look here, which I like that the best, we added the casing to this window because we wanted it to match this one side by side. So we wanted to make sure that lined up properly. So, and then we changed out these. This is not the fit vents. I found these at Menards. They're plastic vents that are kind of like the fit vents, but a little less expensive, and I just needed a few of them, so we added these on the majority of the floor. This is a 4x10, and it just pops open just like a fit vent. So nice little feature. These just all pop out, and then to close it, to control the airflow, it goes, I think, side to side. There we go, side to side. So and this needs to be cleaned up a little bit, so I'll clean that up a little bit better. Here is the brick floor. So this is a fit vent, it's metal. I wanted something more durable, and I had this. So this is a return air vent that we cannot relocate. So that's what that looks like. So a lot better than just having a regular floor vent. It's into the floor, it's nice and sturdy. People can step on it, it's not gonna be an issue. And then this is that brick floor that I mentioned. We put a roll membrane underlayment down, and then did that brick. And we had to add this metal strip because the brick is higher than the floor, so we needed some kind of transition. And this metal by Sluter worked really good. You know, this color kind of goes with the floor. I didn't want to do black because there's no other black in the house really too much, but that kind of a good even transition. And that turned out well. Had to be two pieces, so there is a seam down here. So there is a seam there. But it's a nice and smooth seam, so you're not gonna cut yourself. But this is over 10 feet. This is an 8-foot piece, so I think it's about 12 feet long. So this floor, I think, took about an hour to lay, which is just a lot easier to lay a floor like this than to do a wall like this. Just so many pieces of brick. We back butter every single one, stick it on. But it does, this floor is definitely not smooth. You know, it's uneven for the brick, so it definitely has its hills and valleys, so to speak. So that's what you get with that floor. You can see it has sealer on it. So what we do is we put 2 coats of sealer on it after we install it, and then we grout it all, and then we put another 2 coats of sealer on it after we grout it, and we just spray it right on, so it's real easy to do. So it doesn't take any time at all, maybe 5 minutes to put the sealer on. So that's that. In the living room, they got all new furniture. This is by the Lovesac company. And then we replaced this carpet. This was existing, this little area here, so we just put new carpet in there. So, look how good the dog is, just chilling out. So this is their whole new furniture set and everything, so that looks really good. TV, that was all existing. And then this office wall used to go at a diagonal, and it used to go from this corner to that corner, so diagonal. So we squared it off, and this is why we added the brick, because we were going to do the floor originally, but then when we tore into things, this floor is glued down. It's a LVT, which the builder for some reason glued it down to the subfloor, so it's a pain to get out, and they only had one box left. So we needed that one box to do some filling over here because of the water leak, and that's what we used that one box for. So we came up with a solution to add brick. So that's what we did. And then this is the soffit that the homeowners added. It was their idea to add this, and then we had to switch the lighting because we had lights here to match the bookcase, but we added these sconces instead. So into her new office area and new carpet. Obviously design changed because this used to be a diagonal. Now it's just a square room. So they got plenty of bookcases, floor to ceiling, office storage here. We painted everything green besides the ceiling. We repainted the ceiling too, because we had to relocate this light, added a light here. And this is her office. And then here we have this gap here. We did about 8 inches. We wanted to make sure we were past that vent, so that vent wasn't underneath or trapped. And then we added the carpet there. As you can tell, that's one of the ones from Menards, and we added the carpet on top and how that all lines up. So we added the bigger space here so you can get the curtains, obviously, and then the clean back here. It's just easier to do. But this is the office, and they're gonna get, I think, more blinds, or maybe that's everything there. Overlooks the pool that's covered right now. But here is all the shades and everything. So this looks really sharp. Artwork there that they added, all the bookcases. Printer is here, and then more storage here. And we got these from Top Knobs. These beautiful heavy duty knobs. So those look really good. And everything is soft closed. So looks really nice. Carpet is in. More storage here. So that is the office. So this is all custom made by the cabinet guys for here and here. So looks really nice. And then we painted this all same color. This is the pocket door that we added. So 8 foot tall. And we have this hardware. This is a soft close as well. Lines right up. Painted this all green on the one side, white on the other. And I found out the best for these pocket door frames, if you can't afford the real expensive ones that they have, I just get a commercial kit that's 8 foot tall, and they're really easy. They're metal strips. It's just real simple to do. I've had good luck with that. And then you get a soft close device that goes with it. So I wanted some privacy here. So this locks and unlocks. So it soft closes, but then it doesn't soft open. So there are systems that soft close and open, but they're really expensive. So we have not got into those yet. So that's how that looks. Looks really good. And like I mentioned on the back side, we painted it white. And on the other side, we painted it green. But that is a tour of the first floor remodel. It turned out really good. The homeowners are super happy. And everything went really smooth, honestly. I think this was about a 3-month project from start to finish with everything. So, but thanks for watching, and like and subscribe if you like what we do, and that would be very much appreciated. So thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more things. Next coming up is episode 1 of the deck, posted last week, and continue to watch that. So episode 2, 3, 4, 5, it's going to be a cool process of a deck going on green bin. So stay tuned for that, and yeah, be in touch soon.